Started on a night like no other. Rain hit the window like whispers. A boy, alone, in his room. He heard it first, a soft breathing, not his own, not human. Shadows stretched across the walls. They moved, slowly, deliberately. A voice whispered his name. Only he could hear it. Only he could feel it. The room was silent, yet screaming. He tried to ignore it, pulled the blanket tighter, closed his eyes. Nothing. Then, a knock. Soft, hesitant, from the corner of the room, where there was nothing. He froze, heart hammering. The air smelled. Wrong. Metallic. Cold. He heard footsteps. Slow. Patient. They circled him. Objects moved by themselves. The lamp tilted, then crashed. The walls whispered. Names. Secrets. Things he never told anyone. He tried to scream. No sound came. His reflection, in the dark window. Wasn't him, eyes hollow, mouth smiling. At him. Pause. He ran. Down the hallway. But the house wasn't the same. Doors led nowhere. Windows looked out to another world. The whispers followed, closer. Every shadow was alive, breathing, watching. He stumbled into the living room. The furniture moved to block him. The walls pulsed like a heartbeat, faster, faster. And then he saw it. A girl, pale, hollow eyes, hair dripping shadows, not human, not alive. She smiled, soft, innocent. Then the air shifted. He realized this town was hers, and she, hungry. He tried to leave, but there was no leaving, not ever. Every street led back here, every house whispered his name. The town fed on fear, and it had chosen him. The girl, the shadow, the whispers, they weren't separate, they were him. He was KAAL BHAKSHINI. He stepped outside. The streets were empty. Fog hugged the ground. Every house silent. Every window dark. But he felt eyes watching, waiting. A faint sound, footsteps echoing behind him. But when he turned, nothing. Just shadows, stretching, crawling along the walls. A swing moved, slowly, back and forth. No one was there. A child's laugh, far off, then near. He spun around. Alleyways twisted unnaturally. Buildings shifted. Streets led to nowhere. A shop window reflected him. But his reflection was wrong. Smiling when he was not. Breathing when he could not. The air grew heavy. Each step harder to take. Whispers floated from nowhere. Stay. Play. Feed. He clutched his chest, heart pounding. Every shadow stretched closer. A door creaked behind him, slowly, opening. Inside, silence. Then, a room filled with mirrors. Hundreds of reflections, all staring, smiling, breathing. He tried to run, but mirrors showed him running into the same room again and again. And then he realized the town was alive. Every street, every corner, every shadow. It knew him. It was learning, feeding. The girl from before. She appeared in every reflection, smiling wider, hungrier. He stopped, breathing shallow. The town whispered, not with voices, but inside his mind. Memories, twisted, past fears, amplified. Every secret he buried, exposed. Every regret, turned to chains. He tried to shout. No sound. No one was there. Because he was not alone. And he was never leaving. He walked. But the streets shifted. Buildings loomed taller. Alleys narrowed. Fog turned thick, sticky. Each breath heavy. Every sound amplified. Footsteps behind him, always closer. Whispers louder. Run, Quiste, feed. He pressed against a wall, heart racing, hands shaking. The townies watched him. Every shadow alive. Windows flashed faces, familiar, twisted, friends, family, strangers, all staring, accusing. Doors opened into darkness, then closed instantly. The streetlights flickered. And when they lit, he wasn't on the street anymore. He was inside. The house from before. The girl, standing silently in the corner, eyes empty. But they knew him. He ran again. Walls pulsed around him. Whispers became screams. Shadows twisted into shapes, clawing, reaching, grasping. He fell. The ground. Soft, wet, a smell. Rotten. Metallic. Hands pulled at him. He struggled. But the town held him. Every street, every building, every shadow, part of the trap. The girl spoke. Not with words, not with sound, with thoughts. Fear is fuel, and you are mine. The air thickened. His own reflection appeared, smiling, mocking. A voice inside him whispered, "You were never alive." The town was feeding on him. Every memory twisted, every hope crushed. He screamed inside, but the scream bounced back. Not sound, only thought. The girl approached, hand outstretched. He saw himself, not the boy, but the shadow, the part the town wanted. He understood now. The prey becomes the predator. The boy was turning into KAAL BHAKSHINI. He wandered deeper. The fog swallowed him, footsteps echoed, but not his own. The air, thick, with whispers, names he didn't know, but felt familiar. Shadows stretched long, touching him, clinging. He ran, but the streets shifted. The town rearranged itself. Every corner led back, always back to the girl. Buildings breathed, walls exhaled, windows wept dark liquid. Figures appeared, vanished. Each step heavier. The ground pulsed like a heartbeat. A whisper brushed his ear. Fear is eternal here. He spun. The girl stood closer, smiling, eyes hollow. He stumbled backward into a room filled with reflections, not his own, but every boy and girl who had disappeared. The reflections moved, all reaching for him. Faces twisted in agony. They whispered secrets, memories he didn't have, regrets he never felt. Walls pulsed again, and the floor opened beneath him. He fell into darkness, cold, wet, and the whispers became voices, thousands, all demanding him. The girl appeared above him, floating, her shadow stretched across the walls. And then he understood. The town wasn't just alive, it was a living mind, feeding, consuming, shaping its prey. And now, it was shaping him. The boy was breaking, becoming one of them. He screamed, but his voice became hers. Every thought merged, every fear amplified. He looked at his hands and saw shadows crawling under his skin. He was dissolving. The town rejoiced silently. The prey was becoming KAAL BHAKSHINI. He stood, not a boy anymore, but something wrong. The streets twisted beneath his feet. Fog curled around him, thick, heavy. The whispers became screams all around him. The town, alive, watching, waiting for him to rise. He felt hunger, a dark, cold craving stretching through his bones. Shadows lunged, voices screamed in his head. Every reflection, his own, smiling, twisted. The girl appeared, closer than ever, her hollow eyes fixed on him. She whispered, "You are mine now." The ground cracked, streets moved like water, and he fell into the heart of the town. He looked around. The town was not town anymore. It was a living, pulsing entity, made of shadows and screams and fear, and it fed endlessly. And he was part of it. The girl reached out, touched his chest, and he felt every soul the town had ever taken, all screaming, all feeding him, all consuming him. Pause. He tried to resist, but the hunger was his own. The fear was his own. The girl, the town, the shadows. They were inside him. He laughed. A sound not his own. He screamed, but no one heard. Because he was now KAAL BHAKSHINI. He walks the streets. But the streets are not streets. They breathe. They shift. He hears whispers, soft, teasing, calling names he doesn't remember. Shadows curl around him, stretching, reaching. He feels them in his bones. He's not alone. He never was. Every lost soul is part of him now. Windows flash faces, friends, stranger, all staring, screaming silently. Doors open, and inside, nothing but darkness. He hears footsteps behind him, but no one is there. Every shadow moves, every street changes, and he is always at the center. He smiles. Not human, not boy. Only hunger remains. The fog thickens, every breath heavy, every step slower, yet faster than he wants. The town hums, alive. Every heartbeat echoes in him, whispers become voices, thousands, all crying, all pleading. And he listens, absorbs. The town feeds, and he feeds. The cycle, eternal. Looks into the fog. The girl, not there. Or maybe she is everywhere. The town is her. She is the fog, the streets, the walls. And he is her heir, the predator of fear, the collector of souls. The town waits, hungry, because he is hungry. He smiles at his reflection, not in glass, but in the mist. A face, pale, hollow, smiling back. The boy is gone. Only KAAL BHAKSHINI remains, and every time someone fears, he feels it. The town feeds, and he grows stronger, and nothing will ever stop him. Pause. New faces appear. Strangers wander into the fog. The streets shift, guiding them closer. Whispers tickle their ears. Welcome. Stay. Every step it draws them deeper. They feel watched. Every shadow stretches toward them. The town waits, hungry, and he smiles. The boy is gone. Only KAAL BHAKSHINI remains. Windows reflect faces not theirs, eyes hollow, mouths screaming silently. Doors creak open and close violently. Fog swirls, twisting reality. Footsteps echo behind them, but there's no one. The streets bend unnaturally, leading all way to the town center. The heart of hunger, the heart of fear. Screams rise silent. Shadows curl like snakes. The fog tastes metallic. Every breath heavier. Every heartbeat echoes in the walls. The new soul shiver. Unseen hands brush their skin, and he feels it. The terror, the panic. It feeds him. And the town grows stronger. They try to run, but the streets shift. Buildings stretch, twist. The fog thickens. Footsteps echo behind them. Closer, faster. Every shadow reaches. The town itself breathes. Walls pulse like veins. The whispers scream now. Names, secrets, fears. He feels it all, every terror, feeding him.